Welcome to Secret Women's Business, the podcast, where we're going to talk about boobs, bras, body image, and whatever else takes our fancy.
I'm a woman of a certain age.
That's a great start. I got to tell you, if you're listening to us, you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
We haven't even started and we're already laughing.
Yes.
So I thought for our very first podcast that Pauline and I should tell you a little bit about who we are and why we're doing this podcast. Pauline.
Well, I am Pauline. Funny you say that. And I own a shop called Secret Women's Business Lingerie and Gifts. I've had this shop for 19 years.
It's beautiful, by the way.
Beautiful. And before that, I worked with my mother in her lingerie shop for 30 years. And before that, my parents and grandparents were lingerie manufacturers, and I used to spend all my childhood in the factory.
You could say it's in your veins.
It's in my veins.
It's in the DNA.
Boobs are my life.
They call her the boob whisperer, and the reason we call her that is she can always get the bra right. I'm pretty good, actually.
Yes, I have taught
Not
you
as
well.
good as Pauline, but she's taught me very well.
Yeah.
I fell across the shop one day 4.5 years ago, and Bold as Brass asked Pauline for a job.
And I saw the blue hair and the blue eyes, and I thought, this could be interesting.
Who would have thought we'd end up such great friends as well, right?
So in that time, actually, soon after Dominique came to the shop, I actually published my book, Secret Women's Business Lingerie.
So tell us about the inspiration for the book, Pauline.
Well, the full name of the book is Secret Women's Business Lingerie, Confessions from the Change Room. Because people come in, they get naked, they tell me stuff. You know, they're in the change room, boobs out, ass out, everything's out, and they're telling me. And I know what questions to ask, and people are interesting. Yeah. Everybody has a story.
And there's some great stories. In coming weeks and months of podcasts, we're going to talk about some of those stories. There's some wild ones.
People are interesting. Everybody has something to say. Definitely. You know, people think that I'm nothing. No, you've got a story. Everyone's got a story.
Yeah.
And so I listened to them and I wrote them down, and it's been fabulous.
It's a great book. It's a fantastic read because each chapter sort of hits on a different story about a different encounter in the shop that Pauline had, and some of it's funny and some of it's heartwarming. There's everything.
Yeah, some will make you cry.
It's a good one for travelling, actually, because you can read a chapter and put it away for a little while. Or if, unfortunately, you're in hospital or something like that, I often recommend it for that.
Oh, actually, one of my customers bought it. She told me afterwards she was reading it and she had a gynecological operation.
Okay.
And she was laughing so hard that the nurse came and took the book away from her because they thought she'd busted stitches.
Stitches? Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, that'll have to be the next book.
Yeah. But anyway, that's me. At the beginning, you would have heard just a little snippet of a song, and that's a song that Dominique wrote. Now, tell us about your song, Dominique.
Okay, so the song is called Menopause Blues, and I kind of wrote it as a bit of a joke about a year ago because I had a hot flush on stage. I'm a singer, and the next morning this song just fell out of my head, and a lot of the lyrics in the song were inspired by ladies that came into the shop, and that was, you know, because the symptoms, I list all the symptoms, or lots of them anyway, in the song, and I've talked to so many women in the shop about those sort of issues. So yeah, my song covers the menopause.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit more about what happened with your song.
Okay,
Dominique.
well, I played it a lot over the months after I wrote it, and I was encouraged to put it into a songwriting award, and I won.
Which songwriting award?
Tamworth Songwriters Association.
And which category?
Country Blues Song of the Year 2024.
It's actually a huge achievement, and we are very proud of you. And you'll be able to hear the full song at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
So what we're going to actually be talking about in our podcast is things that happen to women.
Yep.
Of a certain age.
That's the first line of the song, by the way.
Because it's interesting. Women our age, I'm 63, Dominique's 60.
Yep.
Things happen to us that aren't really covered. You know, we're the invisible people.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, we're not interesting. We're invisible. We got grey hair. We're a little bit plumper than we were. we're just not seen as being women anymore.
Oh, and I think things like menopause affect us too. So
Yeah. And a lot of people don't like to discuss it. I know I don't have any understanding of whether my mother went through it because she wouldn't talk about it.
No, I think we're the first generation that's truly talking about it.
Yeah. It's like when I was growing up, we wouldn't mention that we had periods, and now it's like Tampax here and pads there. It's all over the place.
It should be more open.
Yeah. But these symptoms that we have as women vary.
Yeah, hugely.
Hugely. Now, neither of us have any medical knowledge. We're not giving any medical advice.
No.
We're just discussing things that happen to us and things that happen to our customers.
And what we've learnt from that too.
Yeah.
You can always learn from someone.
Oh, absolutely. And what works for one might not work for somebody else, but that doesn't matter. We all listen and we all have stuff to learn.
Well, interestingly, for me, I had seen the doctor about menopause and everything, and they said, yeah, everything's fine. And it was you actually said to me one day, have you considered going on HRT? Because I was still having terrible hot flushes, and I spoke to my GP and she said, oh, that's a good idea. Thanks a lot.
Great.
So that was a game changer very quickly.
So we're going to be talking about menopause, but all different aspects of menopause, because it's not just, you stop having your periods and that's it, or you have a little bit of a hot flush and that's it. There's hundreds of other things that happen to us. The anxiety, the
lack of sleep,
the skin dryness,
the body changing,
the fat bellies and bits and pieces like that. I can tell you all about that, let me tell you. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about other issues like dating at this age.
Yep.
I'm happily married, thank God. I do get asked out by gentlemen through the shop because they think, oh, here's a lady who's confident and a little bit older. Goodness knows what she knows. But I tell everyone I'm married, and I get phone calls every now and then. And I just say, thank you very much, as long as my husband can come along and chaperone.
Best answer ever.
Yeah.
I can't use that excuse.
No. Well, Dominique is single.
And trying to date.
And yes.
And I don't like it. It's a quagmire. Anyway, I'm working on it.
But so Dominic sees things through a different perspective than I do. But then we have customers who come into the shop and they're telling us their stories as well.
And the stories are as varied as the body types.
Yeah.
And the bra sizes.
Absolutely. And we stock over 60 of them.
Yes. That was my point exactly.
So there's that side of it. We'll be talking about that sort of thing. We'll be talking about family issues.
Yeah.
Because these things come up. We'll be talking about confidence in this age.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big one. Because, like you said before, we feel invisible.
Yeah, well, I don't feel invisible. You're definitely not invisible.
Blue hair.
Yeah, bright. What colour would we call that?
Teal blue.
Teal blue. No, teal's got green in it. It's brighter than that.
I don't know, Pauline.
But it matches her eyes.
Thank you.
And the tattoos and the...
Mum hates them.
Your mother hates them. Well... Surprise.
Nose rings.
Yeah, all of that.
So that's the thing about the dating thing. See, that's before I meet someone, I say I've got tattoos, I have nose rings, I have blue hair, and I'm a few kilos overweight because I don't want anyone to go, oh, you're not what I expected.
Yeah.
Even though my photos are natural and there's no filters because why bother?
Yeah.
Rubbish. I don't like them.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. So, and that's also an interesting point that you just made there. Here we are, women of certain ages, and we're still looking for parental approval.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
And
worry
children
about my mother thinking about my tattoos.
Yeah. And it's that sort of thing that we're going to be covering. And again, we hear a lot of stories like this from our customers and from our friends because, everybody has something. Everybody's got a story. Everybody has an issue. There's no one without an issue. And
some of them will make your hair curl.
Oh, well, not mine. My hair never curls. I've tried. I haven't even, the short and curlies aren't curly.
Too much information.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway. But the point is, I'm unshockable.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I'm not at all bothered by what people say anymore, what they want. yeah, what's normal? Who cares? Normal's a setting on a dryer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not normal. Nothing normal about me.
No.
I like a bit of
noticed that.
crazy.
Yeah.
I like weird. I'm good with weird.
Interesting's good.
Yeah.
But as I'm saying, you can have somebody walk in who's, blonde bob, perfect figure, nothing stands out. She's wearing ivory from head to toe, so she just looks like a vanilla biscuit. And yet there's a story.
Of course there is.
And you can't judge a book by the cover.
No.
You can't take for granted that everybody is just happy and everybody is confident.
What about the tradie guy that comes in and buys himself lingerie?
Yeah.
He likes silk nighties.
Yeah.
He's a tradie. You would never imagine that. We don't care.
No.
He's a lovely bloke.
Yeah. And all I worry about is that he washes them well.
Yes. Well, we have to explain that to everybody.
Well, exactly. We actually give washing instructions for everything we sell.
To everybody, not just the blokes, the women too.
Well. But no, because we sell a beautiful product.
That's
and
right.
we want it to last.
We encourage people to look after them. Hand wash, hand wash, hand wash.
Yes. But yeah, look, listen, a tradie wearing
A G-string?
Yeah, G-string and silk nightie is nothing compared to some of the other stuff we've seen.
Oh, absolutely. But it's just it's the whole point of not being able to pick what people are like.
No.
I mean, I would never have known that about him had he not told me.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
But because Pauline and I don't judge, people tend to tell us everything without fear of judgment.
Exactly. And it doesn't mean they're gay either.
No, absolutely not. That particular guy's not. I asked him.
Yeah, no.
I straight up asked him what his whole deal was.
Yeah. So the point is that we look at these things and we think, no judgment, people are people. Everybody's got a story, and we're going to be talking about a lot of the stories and a lot of the topics that affect these people.
Yeah.
And ourselves, because I have a story, Dominique's got a story.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true.
Dominique's got a very interesting story.
Or three.
Yeah, and through that, hopefully you'll be somewhat entertained.
Yeah, well, we're here for the entertainment, but we might, maybe learn something too, like we have.
Yeah.
Like we're always learning from our customers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, it can be the 15-year-old who comes in who teaches you something.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt about that. Yeah. And the mums that come in with the daughters.
Oh.
And I make them sit on the chair and mind their own business.
Yes, exactly.
So we've got a lovely comfy chair.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or the fathers who come in with their daughters.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. The single fathers who bring their daughters in.
That's a beautiful story you have in the book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we have that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
But it's what I'm saying, that within every single customer, there's something.
Yeah. And it's just sometimes it's just asking the right questions too, and sort of getting to the point. And, people are pretty emboldened.
I think we're just accepting of the stories. But the thing that I love about what I do is not just that I help them, but I learn from them.
Yeah. I love helping them. I love when a woman comes in and says, every bra I've got doesn't fit properly and I feel terrible and blah, 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 blah. And then she leaves with her tits up and she feels proud of her body again.
Tits up, shoulders back, ready to take on the world.
Because it really, unbelievably, if it's the right bra, it can change how you look and how you feel.
But
That's
we also,
the best part of the
we
job.
also get affected by that. I'll have a few weeks back, I had a young lady who was in tears through her problem, and I made her laugh. Not in a way that it's a strange story, which I'll write about in my next book.
Good.
But the point is that even though I made her laugh and she was happy in the end when she walked out, her tears got to me.
Right.
So, even though we've heard everything, it doesn't mean that we don't care. And we love hearing these stories and just being able somehow in some small way to change people's lives. And it might just be a red pair of knickers.
Yeah.
Because that just can change everything.
Yeah.
But that for us is fabulous. And through those red knickers, we've learned about how people react, and we can tell you then what red knickers can do for your life.
Hey, I'm only dating.
Well, we do have red crutches ones.
Yes. Let's not talk about those this week.
All right.
We'll delve into that a little bit on another episode.
Yes.
We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep talking about bras, body image, boobs,
Yep.
and whatever else.
Yep.
Have a fantastic day.
And don't forget to stay on listening to Dominique's song.
Cheers.
Bye.
I'm a woman of a certain age, and yet again my body's changed. I got night sweats, no sex, saggy tits and big hips. All this enrage, don't you know it's true? I've got the menopause blues. Just when I thought I got my kids off my hands, thought I'd have me some fun, find myself a new man. But I got chin hair, sweaty palms, fat belly, jiggly arms. All this and pain, don't you know it's true? I've got the menopause blues. Just when I thought it was all over and done, another night I have flushes. I'm glad I don't have a gun, 'cause I got mood swings, thinning hair, HRT, and I don't care. No one to blame. See, truth be told, I've got menopause. You heard me right, I said menopause. Really and true,